Please be seated. The vision that you glorify in your mind, the idea you enthrone in your heart, this you will build your life by, this you will become. A very good morning to everyone assembled here. I, Aishwarya Pujari from Department of Information Science and Engineering.
I, Pranish Shetty of Department of Information Science and Engineering, consider it as our privilege to welcome you to National Education Day. Prayer works wonders. It should spring from the heart, thinking of His supreme power beyond all human adequacies. I now call upon Aishwarya and team for the invocation. Kindly rise.
ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभा विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकारेषु सर्वदा ॐ नमो श्रीनिवासाय कामितार्थप्रदायिने प्रणतक्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः वागीशादिजनानां च वचसां विपुलं प्रभो सामादिकवन्दितानां विद्यां श्रियमहं नमः ॐ स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्य परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोका समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षन्तु पर्जन्या पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहिता सज्जना सन्तु निर्भया पुत्रा पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधना सधना सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदः शतम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Thank you.
Thank you, Aishwarya and team. The joyful art sees and reads the world with a sense of freedom and graciousness. I now call upon Shravya Adkar of the 5th Term ISC to welcome the gathering.
Small cheers and great welcome makes a merry feast. I, Shravya 5th Sem ISC, it is my pleasure to welcome the chief guest of today's function, Dr. Suryanarayana K, HOD of Department Physics, to this occasion. We welcome you, sir. In his absentia, it is my pleasure to welcome our beloved principal, Dr. Srinivasa Mayadi, on this occasion. Welcome you, sir. I extend my most cordial welcome to the president of today's function, Dr. Shankar K.S., HOD Mechanical Department, Engineering, on this occasion. Welcome you, sir. I extend my most cordial welcome to Dr. Pravin Shenoy, Coordinator ISC. Welcome you, sir. I extend my most cordial welcome to Professor Soumya, Event Coordinator ISC. I would also welcome HOD of all department, technical and non-technical staff, teaching and non-teaching staffs, advertising cell of SIT, and my dear friends who have joined us here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Shravya.
I now request the president of today's event, Dr. Shankar K.S., HOD Mechanical Engineering, to do a floral welcome to Dr. Suryanarayana K., Head of the Department of Physics, chief guest of today's function. Thank you, sir.
Nothing ever comes to one that is worth having except as a result of hard work. Today we have Dr. Suryanarayana K, HOD of Department of Physics. I now call upon Spurti, 5th Sem ISC, to give a brief introduction about the chief guest.
Good morning everyone. I Spurti 5th Sem IIC. I am honored to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Suryanarayana K, Professor and Head of the Physics Department at Srinivas Institute of Technology, Mangaluru, holds a PhD from Mangalore University at 1999. With an impressive 34 years of teaching experience and 18 years of research experience, his primary research area is crystal growth and characterization. He previously served as assistant professor and head of the electronic department at Vivekananda Degree College, Puttur for 16 years. Dr. Suryanarayana has supervised 3 Master of Philosophy students and is a PhD advisor to 2 students under VTU. His academic contributions include over 13 research papers in national and international journals, 4 books and 2 book chapters. He has actively engaged in professional development, attending around 60 seminars and workshops. Notably, he has invited as a resource person for a national workshop on digital communication and PCB fabrications and as a resource person for a revised syllabus of Physics 2020-22 scheme under VTU. Additionally, he served as chairman in 2 international conferences and has been involved in guiding high school students in science project preparation. Dr. Suryanarayana has also completed 4 NPTEL SWAYAM courses in area related to accreditation, outcome-based learning and the National Education Policy 2020, reflecting his commitment to continuous professional growth and curriculum advancement. Thank you.
Thank you, Spurti.
Learning is not attained by chance. It must be sought for with ardor and attended to with diligence. Change is the result of all true learning. I now request the chief guest of today's event, Dr. Suryanarayana K, HOD of the Department of Physics, address the gathering.
Namaste to all. Respected President of today's function, Dr. Shankar K.S., Head of the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Ms. Soumya, Coordinator, HODs and staff members, and my dear student friends. As I am in the education field from last 34 years, I am very proud to be here as a resource person for today's National Education Day. Whenever occasion comes, generally I am talking in Kannada. Therefore, I am here, I am talking in Kannada. Afterwards, however, about national education policy, I am giving small talk. That I will talk in English. ಮಿತ್ರರೇ, ಈ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 11ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷವೂ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಇದನ್ನು ಮೌಲ್ವಾನಾ ಅಬ್ದುಲ್ ಕಲಾಂ ಆಜಾದ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇಯ ದಿವಸವನ್ನು ಈ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಯಾರು? ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ಇವರು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ದೇಶದ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ ನಂತರದ ಮೊದಲ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್. ಇವರು 1888ನೇ ನವೆಂಬರ್ 11ರಂದು ಜನಿಸಿದ್ದು. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇಯನ್ನು 2008ನೇ ಇಸವಿಯಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಅವರ ಬರ್ತ್ಡೇಯ ದಿವಸವನ್ನು ಆಚರಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರು ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ಹೋರಾಟಗಾರರು ಆಗಿದ್ದವರು. ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮನ್ನು ಭಾರತಕ್ಕೆ ತಂದುಕೊಟ್ಟವರು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ IITಗಳನ್ನು ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಿದವರು ಇವರು. IIT ಅಂದರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬಹುದು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ. 5-6 ಕಡೆ IITಗಳಿವೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 5 IITಗಳನ್ನು ಇವರ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿನ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿಸಲ್ಪಟ್ಟದ್ದು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಗ್ರ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಕಮಿಷನ್ UGC ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಇವರ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇವರ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇವರ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು, ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಒಪ್ಪತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಮಾತು. ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬ್ರಿಂಗ್ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಕೇವಲ ನಾಮಕಾವಸ್ಥೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಸಾಲದು, ಆದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಹಾರ್ಟಿನಿಂದ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಿಂದ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಕಲಿಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗೆ ಕಲಿತರೆ ಅದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ರೆವಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ತರಬಹುದು. ವಿದ್ಯಾ ದದಾತಿ ವಿನಯಂ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ನಾವು ಕಲಿತಂತಹ ವಿದ್ಯೆ ನಮಗೆ ವಿನಯವನ್ನು ತಂದು ಕೊಡಬೇಕು. ಹಾಗಿದ್ದರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಆ ವಿದ್ಯೆಗೆ ಬೆಲೆ ಇರುವಂತಹದ್ದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, ನಾವು ವಿದ್ಯೆ ಕಲಿತರೆ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಸಲ್ಲುತ್ತೇವೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವುದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕೃತದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮಾತಿದೆ, ವಿದ್ವತ್ವಂಚ ನೃಪತ್ವಂಚ ನೈವ ತುಲ್ಯಂ ಕದಾಚನ ಸ್ವದೇಶೇ ಪೂಜ್ಯತೆ ರಾಜ ವಿದ್ವಾನ್ ಸರ್ವತ್ರ ಪೂಜ್ಯತೆ. ಒಬ್ಬ ರಾಜ ಆದವ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಈಗಿನ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ರಾಜಕೀಯದವರು, ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ಸ್, ಅವರು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅವರ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಗುವ ಗೌರವ ಸಿಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಆದವ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಗೌರವ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ನೀವೊಂದು ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಪೇಪರನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳುವ, ಅಥವಾ ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಒಳ್ಳೆಯ ಪ್ರಾಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ವರ್ಕನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದಿರಿ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಟುಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅದು ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದು ಸಲ್ತದೆ. ನೀವು ಅದು ಭಾರತದಲ್ಲೇ ಅದನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಂಗಳೂರು ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲೇ ತೋರಿಸಬೇಕು ಅಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಪೇಪರ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಫಾರಿನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದರದ್ದೇ ಆದಂತಹ ಮೌಲ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಈ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದು ನಾವು ಆಚರಿಸಬೇಕಾದಂತಹ ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದೆ. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು, ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಂತಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಿ, ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನು ನಿಂತ ನೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಸದಾ ಮುಂದುವರಿತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ಈಗ NEP 2020 ಅಂತ ಬಂತು, ಆದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮೊದಲು ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇತ್ತು. ಇದು ಹೊಸತನವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಡಬಹುದು ಜನರಿಗೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹದ್ದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವುದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪಾಲಿಸಿ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಈಗ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದ ಹಾಗೆ, ಈಗ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಬಂಧ ಪ್ರಿಪೇರ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾ, ಆಯಿತು, ಯಾವುದು ChatGPT ಹಾಕಿದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಬೇಕಾದದ್ದನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತದೆ, ಆಯಿತು. ಅದೇನಾಯಿತು, ChatGPT ಎಂದು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ಆದರೆ ChatGPTಯನ್ನು ಪುನಃ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೂ ಇದೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮು, ಅದನ್ನು ಪುನಃ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಈ ಪರಿಸ್ಥಿತಿ ಉಂಟು. ಈಗ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಬೇಕಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ PPTಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತು. ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹಿಂದೆ ಓವರ್ ಹೆಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಜೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆಂಟ್ ಒಂದು ಪೇಪರ್ ಇದೆ. ನಾನು ನನ್ನ PhD ಆಗಿ ಅದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪರೆಂಟ್ ಶೀಟಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬರಿಬೇಕು. ಆ ಬರಿದದ್ದನ್ನು ಆಪ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಲೈಟ್, ಸೋಡಿಯಂ ಅಥವಾ ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಪಿನ ಮೂಲಕ ಅದನ್ನು ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸಿಗುವಾಗ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕಲ್ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಆದ ಹಾಗೆ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಒಂದು 5-6 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಇದೆಂಥದ್ದು. ಈಗ ಹಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಕೂಡ ಬೇಕಾಗುವುದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸೇ, ನಿದ್ದೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ. ಆದರೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಪ್ರಯೋಜನಗಳಿವೆ. ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಈ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ದಿವಸ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ನೆನಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ನಡೆಸಲ್ಪಡ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊನೆ ಪಕ್ಷ ಇಷ್ಟು ಮಂದಿಯಾದರೂ ನೀವು ಈ ಸಭಾಂಗಣದಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿದ್ದೀರಿ, ಈ ಮಹತ್ವವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಅರಿಯೋಣ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಪಾಲಿಸಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ಮಾತುಗಳನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಈ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಹೇಳುವುದಕ್ಕಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ನನಗೆ ಅವಕಾಶಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words.
I request President of today's event, Dr. Shankar KS, Head of the Department, Mechanical Engineering, to bestow a token of love to Dr. Suryanarayana K, HOD of Department of Physics. Thank you, sir.
The admiration of genius makes one aspire for excellence in life that creates the harvest so abundant. Presiding over today's function, we have with us Dr. Shankar KS, HOD Mechanical Engineering. I now request Dr. Shankar KS to deliver his presidential address.
ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟುಡೇಸ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಎಜುಕೇಷನ್ ಡೇ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಸೂರ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ, event coordinator, Professor Soumya, my colleagues and dear students. Professor has already briefed about the significance of the day, the National Education Day. We are in an educational system and a setup, and as all of us agree, education is a process. It is not an event which is going to happen, it's a process, a long-term process. A child takes birth, from that day onwards the learning curve begins, or we say that the education starts till we stop breathing. That means we'll be a student all the time, and the two important setup, or maybe the parts of this education setup or education system, is the students and the teachers. Basically we know that earlier days we had the administrators, maybe the education ministers or the prime ministers or the presidents. They used to come from education background, and one of such philanthropist and an educationist, Maulana Abdul Kalam, he became the first education minister, and it was his duty at that time to foresee what is required, because we have this process being started, wherein we'll have to envisage what is going to be required at downstream, maybe after 20 years, after 30 years. That's what we call it as policy. Right now we have the policy, or the National Education Policy of 2020, which is implemented at all level. Like that, at that time, the education minister wanted to set up his viewpoints, and that's the reason he had started so many institutions of primary importance, the governing bodies like UGC, AICT, and so on and so forth. Now, what is the significance of that day, that celebration as a current context? Now we know we are in a digital era, and I was telling the same, maybe part of the same audience in the last meeting as well. We are in a digital era, and we have everything in our fingertips. But do we use it in the best of the way it is to be utilized? For example, other day we had ISAP program, and every third semester student was supposed to prepare a slide. No, ISAP was a initiative. How many of you are third semester here? Anybody from third year, third semester? No, fifth and seventh? Yeah. Probably the ISAP was introduced in the 2008 onwards, or maybe 2010, to just expose students to the outer world where there is information, right? They wanted to take that advantage of the search for that, then how to analyze that, and how to present. Simple. Now what the students of the current era are doing? They have the same tools available, right? But see, they take advantage of the artificial intelligence. And my students, they were presenting slides which were prepared by Gamma. There is a software, as sir was telling about ChatGPT. Now this Gamma is there. It will be just giving you topic. You just give the title, and it will search from web, and it will prepare a PPT slide and give it. Will it be us who prepared it? No. Are we the first party to the contents? No. Do we know the changes we can make? Can we embed something? We don't think, because it's prepared by Gamma, and we are very scared whether we put some data in that, will it be working or otherwise. The meaning is, education in the current day requires human intervention. Artificial intelligence is there, but we should master the artificial intelligence. It should not happen the other way, that we are becoming a kind of slave. We just take it, whatever the artificial intelligence data tools give you. That should not happen. As a human being, as a student, we should do our part. Same side for the teachers as well. Teachers of earlier days, sir will definitely agree that we had to do a lot of hard work, in the sense, for every class hour, to take a 1 hour class, we need to prepare at least 3-4 hours. That was the requirement of that day. We had no PowerPoints to start with. We had to rely upon the blackboard, and later on the slides came, which is the overhead projector. We have that, what is that? Transparent sheet. You put it for your seminar report, right? Seminar report front, you put a sheet. That's what you call it as the transparency sheet. We used to write it in sketch pens, or maybe we took Xerox over that, and we have to project. So that was the next era. Then came PPT and other things. Now the teachers have the same tools available, what you are having. So teachers also, they are also be tending to use more tools of that. And there is also challenge, what to present and what not to present. So in total, what I mean is, the current situation requires both the student community as well as the teaching community to introspect further, like where to limit the use of the artificial intelligence and other tools, make the best use of that, and try to have a wonderful sessions, because the earlier education system is one way, isn't it? It is taught by the teachers and the students are going to accept it. Now the days are gone. The retention time, the concentration retention time of a student, average student, is now come down to less than 6 minutes. Earlier it was around 15 minutes. In 1 hour class, at least 15 minutes, the student will be able to concentrate. But the time span has come down, maybe due to the social media impact. So our teachers also require to be equipped with that, to counter this. Maybe they'll be introducing many student-centric methods. They will involve you more. That's how the education system has evolved. And the new education policy, basically that will be enabling us to have multiple entry and exit. Right now, a student who is dropping his engineering in the first year or second year or third year, unfortunately he doesn't have anything. He's putting his hard work to complete 2 years, but due to some reasons he may not be completing the next 2 years. So the new education policy makes a amendment to that, so they can give a certificate at least to complete a diploma or maybe a ITA level of certificate. So that's how multiple entry and exit. And you have the academic bank credits, academic bank of credits, ABC. All of you are having your IDs being created. In a future day, it will be the repository. Just like you have money in your bank, your credits will be in that account. So these are all some of the features. Along with that, the Indian knowledge system, the education coming down to the local languages. Now you have more of these NPTEL courses available in various local languages. Earlier it was only in English. Right now you have the versions available in Kannada, it's available in Hindi, Malayalam. Okay, this is how the education, the technical education has come down to local language so that it can reach more people, right? So these are all advantages, and maybe the vision of the 2020, that is NEP 2020. Professor is going to brief and take a session on that. I am representing the principal, and I am conveying the best wishes for the day, that is National Education Day, and hope we'll have a wonderful session with the Professor Suryanarayana. And IAC, the Institution's Innovation Council, takes all steps required to inculcate this habit of being in contention every time, all the time. It is not that we have activities conducted and forgotten. It has to continue. The essence of this session should be carried forward, so that let us improve the quality of education as a team. Thank you and wish a good day.
Thank you, sir. The imprints made by you will be cherished in our mind forever. Thank you, sir.
Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. I now call upon Rashmi, 5th Sem ISC, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good morning, everyone. Respected dignitaries on and off the dais, faculty members, and my dear friends. I am Rashmi KP, 5th Sem ISC. Would like to take a moment to express my heartfelt gratitude to every one of you for being a part of this special occasion. First and foremost, I want to express my deepest appreciation to our distinguished chief guest, Dr. Suryanarayana K, HOD of Physics Department, for gracing this occasion with his presence despite his demanding schedule. Thank you, sir. On his absentia, I extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Srinivasa Mayadi, Principal of Srinivas Institute of Technology, for supporting and gracing us. Thank you, sir. I I extend my sincere gratitude to Dr. Shankar K.H., Head of the Department Mechanical Engineering, the President of today's function, for inspiring us. Thank you, sir. Special thanks to Dr. Praveen Shenai, Coordinator IISc, for his consistent support and guidance throughout this event. Thank you, sir. I extend my deepest gratitude to Professor Soumya, Event Coordinator, IISc. Thank you, ma'am. I am thankful to the heads and professors of all the departments for this gracious presence, which adds immense value to this event. Appreciation is also directed towards the dedicated teaching and non-teaching faculties, technical and non-technical staffs, and advertising cells of SIT. Last but not the least, heartfelt thanks to all my friends for their collaborative efforts in ensuring the resound success of this function. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi.
I request Professor Soumya, Event Coordinator IIC, to escort the dignitaries of the dais. Kindly rise. I request all the students to stay back for the talk by today's chief guest. Please be seated.
I request the chief guest of today's program, Dr. Surya Narayana K., Head of the Department of Physics, to proceed with the talk. Over to you, sir.
Good morning to all. How many of you know about national education policy, or sometimes they are calling it as new education policy? When they introduced it, in which year? 2020. Yes. See, I will give brief introduction on this national education policy, since it is Education Day. See, if you go through the NPTEL course list, you may get one course under national education policy. One course is there. 8-week course, 8-module course is there. Okay. You know, nowadays students need this NEP course, this is NPTEL courses. Therefore, you may try this NPTEL course or SWAYAM course or MOOC course on national education policy, in which they given all possible introduction for this national education policy. I completed that course. See, the need of NEP. The old policy, education policy was there. There are so many amendments once they introduced that policy. But slight changes or modifications are there in this new education policy. See, the famous statement of Nelson Mandela is displayed at its entrance of the University of South Africa. destroying any nation does not require the use of atomic bombs or the use of long range missiles. It only requires lowering the quality of education and allowing cheating in the examination by the students. I think no explanation is needed for this statement. See, therefore, to destroy the nation, the atom bomb or hydrogen bomb is not needed. Only we enough. If we not follow the correct education policy, what does education policy mean? Education policy refers to the collection of laws and rules that govern the operation of education system. See, education policy or any policy means, especially in the education policy, what you have to learn, it is not there in that education policy. How to learn, what are the arrangements needed to learn. See, for example, in the institution, in the college, some rules and regulations is there. Dress code is there. How you should sit in the class. All these rules and regulations are there. That is actually the policy of the college. Similarly, for the education, there is some policy. Why is it important to study the education policy? Policies are important because they help school or college to establish rules and procedures and create standards of quality for learning and safety, as well as expectations and accountability. See, there is Srinivas Institute is there, Sahyadri College is there Canara College is there, or some other, so many colleges are, so many engineers, around 200 technical colleges are there all over Karnataka. If there is no common rules, then what happens? Here we are telling something, in some other college, some other they will tell. But finally, what happens? There is no common thing. There is no common syllabus. Then you cannot go to the other states or other universities or to other nation. Therefore, some common rules is needed. Two notable observations from Supreme Court of India. Today's education failed to reform human behavior, and with increase in literacy level, there is a decline in human values in the society. See what I told, Vidya dadati vinayam. Once we learn, if we become educationist, then Vinaya should be there. But now what happens? That Vinaya is not there in most of us. Including me, I am telling. I am not telling you. Okay, it should not happen. The Union Cabinet in July 2020 approved the new education policy which aims to universalization of education from preschool to secondary level. NEP vision of this national education policy. In India-centered education system that contributes directly to transforming our nation's sustainability into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all. See, National Education Policy NEP 2020, see, in the previously, see, 1986, there is a National Policy of Education, NPE. In 1992, it is modified. See, under this access and equity or availability, fairness, and in this and again Right to Education Act 2009, again there is amendment in that National Policy of Education, Right to Education, and in 29th July 2020, all these are reformed with the quality, under name of quality education, that NEP 2020. Some modifications again for the previous NPE. In NEP there is some modifications. Again, it is divided into school education, higher education, etc. National education policy in that reinventing the school education, see age 3 to 8, 5 years, age 8 to 11, 3 years, age 11 to 14, again 3 years, age 14 to 18, 4 years. This is how they divided this education up to age 3 to 8, total 5 years, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. See, present system 10 plus 2 up to 10th standard. That is one common thing, high school. Then plus 2, PUC, what we are calling in Karnataka. In Kerala, they are calling it as plus 2. That is the previous system or before 2020. In NEP, this is a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, as I said in the previous slide. See here, 2 years class 11 to 12 age, see here it starts. Unorganized sector, play school or KG. In the previous education system, that is in unorganized. There is some Balawadi or LKG, UKG, some are doing how they are doing. All this, there is no system. Only from first standard it started. And 10 years, 6 to 16, class 1 to 10. Then here, see here, 2 years class 1 and 2, age 6 to 8. See here, fundamental education, foundational education. Then class 3 to 5, age 8 to 11, preparatory. And 3 years, class 6 to 8, that is a middle, age 11 to 14. And age 14 to 18, this is secondary. Means up to 12 plus 2 it comes. After that, however, higher education. Highlights of NEP, NCERT will develop national curricular and pedagogical framework of early childhood care and education for children up to the age of 18. There is one a team called NCERT. They are preparing all this, and a national book promotion policy is to be formulated. They, according to NEP, they have to build one national book, nationwide same syllabus, but they, after 4 years also it is not introduced, but their plan is like that. Actually at 2030, their thinking is at 2030 they have to do all these things. All students will take school examination in grade 3, 5 and 8, which will be conducted by the appropriate authority. The exams, 3, 5 and 8. Similarly, board exams for grades 10 and 12 will be continued, but redesigned with the holistic development as the main. NEP composition, as we already discussed, part 1 school education, part 2 higher education, part 3 other key areas of focus, and part 4 making it happen. This is already we discussed. Education can unlock all doors for a progress. A nation advances in proportion to education and intelligence spread among masses by Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda. See, holistic education. This is one of the main points in the national education policy. What do we mean by this holistic approach? Holistic approach is the idea that natural systems like physical, biological, chemical, social, economic, mental, linguistic, etc. and their properties should be viewed as whole, not as collections of parts. Means, see, because of that reason, they introduced so many other subjects like SFH, the health, constitution, and all this. Means only, not technical education means not only the technical, the other subject also they have to learn. Previously, only the bachelor degree students, BSc or BA or BCom students are learning all these things. But now, everyone has to learn all the things. That is one of the points. This often includes the view that systems function as whole and that their functioning cannot be fully understood solely in terms of their component parts. The term holism is derived from ancient Greek holos, meaning all, whole, entire, total. Means we have to learn whole things. That is the main point in this NEP. The policy's vision includes the following key changes to current system. Moving towards a higher education system consisting of large multidisciplinary universities and colleges with at least one in or near every district and with more HIEs, holistic education, across India that offer medium of instruction or programs in local Indian languages, as Professor Shankar sir told. They are giving the importance for the local language also. Moving towards a more multidisciplinary undergraduate education, moving towards a faculty and institutional autonomy, revamping curriculum, pedagogy, assessment and student support for enhanced student experiences, like increasing the project works, increasing, now they included this seminar, assignment, etc. That is increased. The internal assessment mark is increased to 50%. Previously it is 20%. That 50% actually, the implementation is not perfect, but its intention is the continuous evaluation of the students that is needed. That is actually the importance of increasing that CIE mark, internal marks. But practically, some other thing happens, that is a different thing. Reaffirming the integrity of faculty and institution leadership positions through merit appointments and career progression based on teaching, research and services. See, nowadays even the management, when it interviews any teaching faculty, they are not seeing only how he teaches, how he can develop the student multidisciplinary actions or his multi-activity capability of the student. That also they wanted to check while taking the faculty also. Establishment of a national research foundation to fund outstanding peer-reviewed research and to actively seed research in universities and colleges. They wanted to increase the research activities. See, because of that reason only, how many are in final year here? Final year students, yeah. See, generally teachers are telling, you have to convert your project into research paper. Yes, isn't it? See, that is because that is very important. The NEP tells that one, that research work is needed and your project. The project, any project which you are doing, it should help for the society. That type of project you have to do. Light but tight regulation by a single regulator for higher education. Yeah. This is the importance of sequencing in higher education. Vision, strategic plan, governance policies, academic plans, quality assurance. In Indian scenario of an university, lack of quality, faculty, talent transformation, political launching pad to do more with less, financial constraints, only 0.8% of India's GDP is spent on higher education 2018, which is lower than countries such as US or UK. Paralysis of governance, too many regularity bodies. See, in our GDP only 0.8% goes to the higher education. In any nation, if there is increase in the share of higher education GDP, then that improves the nation, that increases the quality of the nation. Human resource is very important. The importance of human resource is very less in India. We have to increase that human resource, we have to fund human resource. That is very important. That is one of the importance of this national education policy. And too many regularity bodies means University Grant Commission is there, UGC, AICT is there, like that. Too many governing bodies means then it is very difficult to regular control. NEP object increase in GER to at least 50% by 2035 to build world-class universities and to achieve high global rankings. See, nowadays they are giving, they are forming so many universities. They are giving autonomous for most of the colleges. Then they may prepare their own syllabus to increase the quality of the students. Yes. In the previous NP 3-year degree, that is entry or exit first year, second year, third year, proper degree. Here 4-year UG degree, entry first year, second year, third year and fourth year. In each, see, if they finish the first year, they will get a diploma certificate. Professor Shankar told. Once they finish second year, they will get a diploma certificate. Third year, they will get some advanced certificate. And here, proper degree once they complete the 4 years. This is actually the bachelor degree, not your BE degree. In BE degree also same thing, but a bachelor degree previously in 3 years, but now it changed to 4 years, 3 or 4 years. In 3 years also they can end their degree course. Again, see, credit based. See, academic bank of credit, ABC. Everyone having ABC account, isn't it? See, if any credit is there, that goes to your ABC account. If you do some NPTEL course, if it is 2 credit course or 4 credit course, that much credit goes to your ABC account. See, in the next few years, nearly at 2030, any company people, when they are doing the appointment, they are seeing your ABC account. How many credits are there? Therefore, that is also very important, that credit scoring is also very important. All that credit that goes to this ABC account. Yeah, see, that is almost equivalent to this CIBIL score and CIBIL rank. You know about CIBIL score. How many of you know? Only few who are interested in the share and all these things. They know about CIBIL score. Okay, see, if you go to any bank to get a loan, first they are asking what is your CIBIL score. On the basis of CIBIL score, the rate of interest changes. High CIBIL score means rate of interest is less. Low CIBIL score means rate of interest is more. And the chance of getting, say, if your CIBIL score is high, then you will get a more amount of loan. All these possibilities are there. Similarly, here in this ABC account, if your credit is more, the opportunity of getting job is more. Yeah, this is about this arts and the basic science course structure, already explained. Yes. Advantages of new education policy. The government aims to make schooling available to everyone with the help of NEP 2020. Approximately 2 crore school students will be able to come back to educational institutes through the new approach. For children up to the age of 8, a national curricular and pedagogical framework that is NCFRT. And one of the merits of NEP 2020 is the formation of National Book Promotion Policy of India. Appropriate authorities will conduct the school examination for grade 3, 5 and 8 as I already explained, and the board exams for 10 and 12. Some of the drawbacks of the new education policy. In the National Education Board 2020, language is a negative factor as there is a problematic teachers to student ratio in India. Thus, introducing mother language for each subject in academic institutes is a problem. For example, if here we wanted to introduce B in Kannada, then Kannada knowing teachers, the getting Kannada knowing teachers and who can teach the technical subject in Kannada, that is a problem. Only few may be there who can give the technical subject in Kannada, or if it is in Kerala, in Malayalam, in Tamil Nadu, in Tamil. That is one of the limitation. Sometimes finding a competent teacher becomes a problem, and now another challenge comes with the introduction of NEP 2000, that is bringing study material in mother languages. Once we introduce the mother language, we have to get the textbooks in mother languages. That is another problem. According to National Education Policy, students willing to complete their graduation have to study for 4 years, while one can easily complete his diploma degree in 2 years. This might encourage the people to leave the course midway. For example, say after 1 year, after 2 years, since I am getting the diploma, if there is some problem, he may leave. Now, if there is no such rules, then however, he will try to complete the full course. That is one of the limitation. According to the National Education Policy, students of the private schools will be introduced with English at a much earlier age than the students of the government schools. The academic syllabus will be taught in the respective regional languages of the government school students. This is one of the major new education policy drawbacks, as this will increase the number of students uncomfortable in communicating in English, thus widening the gap between the sections of the societies. See, once everyone is interested to learn in local language, then what happens? If you go to the other states or other nation, then it is a problem. Most of you opted Kannada language. Then if you wanted to go to other nation, then it is the problem. These are some of the drawbacks. With the introduction of NEP, many changes have been made, and one of those in the discontinuation of MPhil course, that is not there now. Even though there are many drawbacks in the new education policy, the merits are more in number. It is believed by many that by implementing these changes, the Indian academic system will be taken a step higher. Before ending this, you know about this artificial intelligence, isn't it? How many artificial intelligence students here? However, the computer science and IS students are more here. They know what is that artificial intelligence. Most of the engineering students thinking that what is the need of basic science. As a basic science teacher, I wanted to tell, see, 2024 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to John Hopfield and Geoffrey Hinton for work on artificial neural networks on machine learning. See, this is the base for artificial intelligence, this paper. Therefore, he is the physics scientist. He got a Nobel Prize. This is the base for artificial intelligence. So this paper, this research paper. Okay. Therefore, as a physics person, I am very proud to tell the basic science is the need for engineering. Okay. With these words, I thank for the organizers for giving the opportunity to share something about national education policy. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your inspirational words.
If any clarification you may ask, whatever I discussed. Okay, thank you.